still full?
Well, not as much as I was earlier, but
Oh,
yeah.
you're still drinking your frog?
Well, it's done now,
Are you
actually.
drank it all?
Yeah, the only thing I got right now is some water. Some water. Oh boy. So, where were we earlier? Oh yeah, we were saying, yeah, I got my ass eat. We touched on that Lily Phillips chick. Fucking. Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you the thing. I was gonna tell you. So my sister invited me to go over to Chicago. My mom was talking about that, about how since right now I'm not working.
Yeah.
They were thinking about having me go over to Chicago to go visit her for like a week and then come back. They know I'm broke, but they both agreed that they both pay for my ticket. But I just told them I'd think about it. But you know me. You know I don't want to go at this time.
Because I imagine you being like, not like stressed out because of your sister, but like, you're gonna have a big ass urge to find her.
Yeah, especially considering, we're gonna be on complete opposite. If I go over there, it's gonna be on completely opposite ends of Chicago. Okay.
What part of Chicago does Claudia live?
On the east side of Chicago, specifically around a park called Hammond, Indiana, which is part of the state of Indiana, which is, you know, the Chicago area is split between Indiana and Illinois.
Yeah.
And since it's in East Chicago, my sister lives in
the west part.
Yeah, like Aurora.
Yeah.
Aurora, Illinois, which is like on the west side of Chicago, just outside of Naperville, which is actually a little bit close to where West Chicago is. You know, so we'd be on completely opposite ends of that city.
That's a lot closer than being in California.
There is that,
by thousands of miles closer.
Yeah, but yeah, and it's not just that, but also it's because I feel like I didn't really earn this. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't possibly ask them to do that sort of thing for me, man. Like, even if they're both offering to help me out, and they both want to do that for me, I cannot, in good conscience, let them do that for me. I cannot let them do that for me, you know. Well, last time when I went to go visit my sister, I paid with my own money for my ticket to go up there and then to come back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I cannot, in good conscience, do this. You know? I cannot go through with this. Like, yeah, this is too much that they'd be asking to do for me, man. That's way too much right there.
Yeah.
You know? So I can't fucking do that. I can't ask them to do this shit. You know? Like, no way. I cannot do that, man.
What was your first
my first
thought that when she told you that, like your first thought?
I was just like, oh, you know. And then that's when it kicked in. What's when it kicked in? What I told you. That the rest of what I told you, that I didn't want to go because of that reason, you know. Because truly, I don't want to go if she's not back in my life, because I know I'm gonna sit there, I'm gonna have the urge to find her, and I'm gonna fucking dwell on it, you know. And it'd be pretty dangerous to go out, mainly because of the fucking cold, because temperatures go below zero up there right now. Like at this hour, if we think this is cold, no. Up there, it's even colder, man. Like it's below zero up there. Like it's negative 14 degrees up there.
Yeah,
it's snowing. But yeah, like I said, I cannot do that to them. You know, as much as they want to, and I know I'm gonna dwell on it, and I know it's not gonna really get it.
It's gonna bother you all the time.
Hard, and they're gonna catch on and they're like, hey, what's wrong with you? they're gonna catch on, and it's just gonna get to me. Like, so I'm like, oh fuck that! I cannot do that. I cannot go that. Plus, I honestly didn't really feel like I earned it. You know, yeah, I worked my ass, but I have nothing to show for it.
Have you told Juan about this?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He understood my perspective, you know, but also told me to consider this, that hey, that yeah, that he understands that, but also remember that I am going with my family, and that if I don't do it, then I might end up regretting not doing it. Because then I would be like, oh fuck, I should have gone over there when I had a chance, some shit like that. But yeah. So he understands, but he also told me to take that into consideration. So it's a mix of a lot of things right there, man. A hell of a lot of things. Still, I'm not going. I'm not gonna go. Besides, I'm struggling right now to find a fucking job. You know? I'm struggling hard, so I can't fucking do it. I can't. So, well, that's what I wanted to tell you. And then I told you, right, about what Abdi said? About how he told me to find someone similar to Claudia and all that?
Oh, yeah. I think he told me that.
Yeah, he kind of went on a little bit earlier, fucking saying, like, dude, it's
Wait,
a fucking...
today?
No, a few days ago. Saying, oh, dude, it's a fucking obsession with you at this point. I'm like, dude, it's fucking not, you know? Fucking pissed me off to no end.
But haven't you told him, like...
Yeah, but he's still kind of like, well, he's like kind of going on just like trying to get me to consider my options. But I told him, like, yeah, he already knows that I'm not going to back down from it. But he just told me, like, he just like wants to make sure I don't get hurt from it. Is why he keeps bringing this up, because he doesn't want to see me get sad over it, and then I bring my trauma to them, and then it just turns into a, you know, it just turns into a whole damn mess.
Also, how are you going to find someone that reminds you of Claudia?
Exactly.
When you yourself say that all the trannies, like all the other trannies are the same.
Because
that they're very, like, sensitive and
yeah,
shit like that.
Yep, exactly. The other thing is that I think I already had that conversation, guys. Saying,
yeah.
like how they all think. Yeah, that's the thing, is that they all think like that.
Because you're saying Claudia is unique than all of them, so...
You know, and so far I haven't really had the opportunity to have search for that sort of thing anyways. Even if I wanted to, like, I haven't had the fucking opportunity presented that way. So, what's the point? What's the fucking point? You know?
Because I remember you said that when you used to fuck Laura,
I thought of her.
Yeah, so, like, what would make Abdi think that you would find another, like that? Yeah, you would find another person that would make you forget about Claudia.
Exactly. Well, even though he knows about my hookups, but he doesn't know, like, every single individual. Knows a bit about Penelope Chloe, but yeah, Penelope Chloe, you already know that.
As well as you know her, I'm sure she doesn't, like, remind you of Claudia.
No, she doesn't. You know, I only thought about Claudia in that moment. But then, after it was done, after I fucking exploded my load, like, when the dust settled.
Like, I bet, when you're, like, coming, you think about her, like, coming in her. That's what I think of.
Sometimes. But the thing is, when it comes to Claudia, I don't think of her sexually. Not that I don't want that.
Because that's someone you love. Like,
exactly.
Like, if you really love someone, you just don't look at them sexually. You look at them as a whole person that they are. Like, you look at their whole can I say? Like everything about them that you love, like that's why you love them, because you love them for who they are.
Yeah.
As a person, not just as a sex object, you know?
Exactly. But him, I already told him, like, don't never say that again, you know. That was just fucking heavy. Especially after I told you the conversation I had with him before I picked you up last week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now, when it came down to it, he what the fuck is this guy fucking doing? Fucking weirdos. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but it's all over there. But anyways, what he said is, honestly, it's like, I get he's trying to fucking care, but it's like, I know what I'm fucking doing here, you know? I know what I'm doing. Besides, nothing's happening right now, you know?
Like, what did you say when he said that again? Like, oh, find someone that reminds you of Claudia instead.
I just let him fucking go on right there. I was just like, no, fucking let him say what he was saying, so you fucking get out. So that I can say my own, so that I can just fucking, like, hurry up, so that I could then go hang out with you. And the last thing he said to me, like, you know, before we hung up that call, was that he just said, remember, the road may crumble. But when I talked to him about that later on, he told me he wasn't talking about our friendship, because I thought it was about that. But he was like, no, like, it was about that the Claudia thing, saying the road may crumble, as in the whole thing might not work out like I think it will.
Because I'm sure he was the one that said to bring her now, right? So, like, but he doesn't understand that for the road not to crumble, like, that's why you and Juan are waiting for the perfect time to bring her back.
Yeah, I know.
Because, like you said, like, Juan's, like, waiting until it's, like, perfect. You know, like a perfect time to do it.
Yeah, because I only get one shot with this. If I fuck up, I don't get any more. But still, it just fucking annoys me how much I think is about that. It annoys me to no end. I'm just gonna talk to him, like, next time he goes on with that, I'm just gonna tell him, like, man, I'm not gonna discuss that with you, because I don't want to open up that can of worms. Because, see, that's exactly why I didn't want them to know about it, because I knew that's going on now. I knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know, and then Joseph fucking bit me in the ass and fucking turned against me.
That asshole. You know, this is all because of Joseph, right?
I know, this is all because of that fucker. This is why Juan told me as well not to bring him to those guys, and to not sleep with Laura. But I didn't fucking listen to him. And this is what happened. This is what happened. Those idiots fucking betrayed
That
me.
thing that he did it because you betrayed him first, why would he even let you fuck Laura then?
Exactly.
Like, if they, even he said, oh, me and Laura weren't even together, so I didn't mind it, but why is he now saying, oh, because Kevin betrayed me first with Laura?
Yeah, and besides, he's the one who said, hey, like, remember his whole Andrew Tate philosophy, the whole, you know, that's something you should bring up to the next time. Like, have you brought that up to him?
I mean, when, what's his name?
Yeah.
When he first, when, I think it was, like, the first, like the first week when Giselle, like, worked there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, me and her were talking about, like, her, and she were like, oh, she's not bad, huh? Like, she's pretty cute.
Yeah.
Giselle. He brought it up a little bit, like, see, that's what I'm saying, like, I can't just be friends with her, like, you have to, like...
Yeah.
So I guess from there, that's when he started to, like, get at her and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so, like, by his logic, you didn't betray him.
Exactly. So that's what you should like. Did you ever say that to him? I'm
gonna tell him that next time if he like.
Yeah, just tell him like, hey.
Yeah.
Just tell him like, hey, you're the one who told him that men and women can't be friends. The only way you can be friends is if you see them. So why is him doing that a betrayal? But you're the one who's always saying, hey, men and women can't be friends. So by your own logic, Kevin didn't betray you. So how is this a betrayal? And he even bring up what he said, like, what Laura said, the whole, it's my body, I can do what I want with it, That'll show.
It would be one thing if Joseph told you, like, hey, like, I know me and Laura are not, like, together right now.
Yeah.
But, like, I love her and shit like that. Like, if he would have said that and, like told you, like, hey, like, I love her, I want to be with her.
If he had said that,
and
right?
And if he wouldn't have give you consent to, like, have sex with her,
mm-hmm.
that would be one thing. Like, I would understand where he's coming from, but at the time, he was, like, okay with it, and he was, like, making jokes about it, too.
Yeah.
And he even suggested that, like, if Laura wants to move out, to move in with you, remember?
Yeah.
Like, why now is he, like, oh, like, he betrayed me, like, he fucked her, but not at the time. He wasn't telling you to not fuck her, not do anything with her.
Although, towards the end of their time...
Yeah, only one time he did, he kind of or he kind of told you, like, hey, don't just hang out with her to fuck, some shit like that.
Yeah, don't hang out with her just to fuck her, actually talk to her and communicate with her.
That's the only time where I did that's the only time where I did hear him say, like, hey, like hang out with her as a friend or some shit like that.
Yeah. But he says, like, if sex happens, like, you can't control that.
Yeah.
But seriously, like, he knew what me and her were doing. Like, he knew. He even said himself he had no fucking control over that.
Yeah.
He had no fucking control over that. So I don't get why he was getting all pissed calling me the betrayer when he's the one who fucking turned on me. Because he's the one who said, hey, men and women can't be friends.
Yeah.
So, what does he call that? How is that a betrayal when it's
so by his logic, you didn't betray him.
Exactly.
But he didn't keep his word on, like, not telling Luann and the guys,
Yeah, exactly. He fucking betrayed my word, my trust with that. All because of what I said about Laura, because after that he said he had to go, and then a few minutes later he calls me back and he says, hey, I think we should take a break from the Saturday hangouts. So that's kind of when I had the feeling that, yeah, this is the beginning of the end.
After that, like, that's what you just told Alan, right?
Yeah.
Like, he didn't think that Alan would tell you?
Yeah, it's because he was also counting on the whole thing of, like, what Juan said about how they were going to react. He was counting on that happening, Mm-hmm. He wanted to make that happen so that he could try to then capitalize on it and then try to, like, get them away from me, Because, as Juan said, that they'd be distant from me, even though, well, now that they know, they're not really that distant with me. If anything, they're trying to grow closer with me, Also,
Joseph thought that, like, the boys would just, like, distance themselves from you, like, leave you
and actually,
like,
since
alone.
since then, Abdi has actually tried to reach out to me more and more.
Yeah.
Like, he's tried to grow, quote unquote, grow close with me, but it's not working well. Since then. So, I just, it's whatever with him. Now he doesn't really bring up the whole Laura thing as much as before. Still, everything, whatever whatever bad's going on with Joseph, he had it coming. He brought it upon himself. Like, how long had he been doing the cigarettes thing?
I didn't ask him. He just tells me, yeah, it's like I started smoking.
Yeah. That's certainly good. Jeez, he now took that up after we ended things. Jeez. So I'm saying, he really fell off the radar without me. Like, he went down hard now that I'm not in his life anymore. Smoking cigarettes and then the drinking going up more. Yeah, he really let that whole thing get to him. Well, good. I'm glad you told Anna. I'm really glad you told Anna, man. She'll talk with him and she'll set his ass straight. Oh, man. This was a fun night, wasn't it? Pretty quiet, honestly, but still fun as hell.
Yeah, like if Joseph didn't tell Lamb, how do you think it would be right now? Like,
probably still talk to him a bit, but not as much, especially because honestly, he was a lot of fucking work to deal with.
Yeah.
Like, he was, even though he's 22, he acts like a fucking 10-year-old. You know, he is the most immature person I have ever encountered in my fucking life.
yeah,
Every time he tries to be mature, it just falls flat because then he goes back to doing stupid shit like flashing his dick, getting in my fucking personal space, fucking talking about.
What do you mean by that? What do you do?
No, there'd be times where he just brag about his fucking dick and then like he just whip it out in front of all of us and then just start wagging that shit around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking saw that shit one time. Wait, but you said getting like in your personal space? Like, what do you mean?
Like, I'd be cooking and all, and then he'd just be getting up in my space, and I'd have to tell him multiple times, dude, get a fucking away. Like, sit back and down, like, go over there. And, like, even Laura has to tell him a lot. Eventually he'll stop, but for the most part, he's fucking on me. He doesn't let me have, like, peace like that, you know what I'm saying? He does not. You know?
And not just his actions, but his words too. Like, would go eat like the shit he would talk about.
You know, he doesn't realize this, but it's like he, in a way, he's become the very thing he swore he hated. Like he was against. You know, he's something of a high school bully in a way, but I'm not fucking intimidated by this shit.
So like, I never heard a guy like in real life, and like around his age, call himself like an alpha. Well, I only see that shit like on YouTube or like those red pill.
Yeah, or
like
even
I've never heard a person say that in person. Like he's the first person I've ever heard say that, and I know him like well, like and I don't see the quote unquote alpha that he says he is.
No. I don't see this shit either. Still, he could eat a sack of dicks.
Besides, alphas nowadays are starting to have like a bad reputation.
Hella bad, yeah. Everybody's now turned against those fuckers. I mean, I get some of what they're saying, but sometimes they go too far in the opposite direction that it just goes up very toxically.
I think at first, like, it was trying to uplift men.
Yeah.
But now it's just, like, toxic. Like, they just try to put other men down and, like, putting unrealistic standards for some men.
Exactly. Like, they don't fucking think about themselves, fuckers. You know?
Like, they think that just because they were able to accomplish something that other men have to accomplish.
I don't get that it's a fucking, you know, that not everything is black and white. That's my problem with like that's why I very much don't care about either the left or the right, because they don't get like there's a gray area. Not everything is as black and white as they all seem to make it as, you know. Because from their perspective, it's always like, from the Democrats' perspective, it's always, oh, these evil red people are trying to keep me from expressing my true self and the rights of other people who also want to express their true selves. And then for the left, it's, oh, look at these dastardly, dirty devils who are spreading this satanic shit onto my kids and some shit like that, and who are degrading themselves. You know, all that.
Just be freaking neutral and see what's good about both sides and what's bad about both sides. And just make your decision, you know?
Exactly.
Don't just blindly follow one side. That's a problem with people nowadays.
Yeah.